Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you the new ColourPop Lizzie McGuire collection. This is the palette What Dreams Are Made Of. I don't know about you guys, but I'm so excited about this because when I was younger, I was watching Disney Channel and Lizzie McGuire was one of those shows. Like you just cannot beat shows like that. They're like just legendary, just like That's So Raven, Penny Proud. Like you cannot beat shows like that anymore. Like kids shows these days, they don't do it like how they did it in the 90s, you know what I'm saying, or the early 2000s. As you can see, it's a little loved because I have tried this palette a few times. I've tried to film this before and it just kind of flopped because my eyes lately have been giving me a really hard time. They just have been watering, very sensitive, so hopefully today I can get it together. And then I also have the blushes too. I'm going to be using the blush today on my face. As you guys will see, this blush is called You Are Magnifico, which is the darkest blush that this collection has, I believe. I'm going to actually be using this one today, which is called Gordo. It's like a nice purpley pink color. These are all kind of like sheer, so they're not going to be like pigmented colors, but they'll pretty much go on top of anything and look really pretty. I also have their Glitterly Obsessed glitters in the color Sing To Me Pillow. On my lids, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer. The first color I'm going to go into is called Don't Freak. I'm going to take this color on my Morphe M514 brush, and I'm going to start by placing this color right on my lid near my lash line because I'm basically going to use this color all over my lid. So I'm just going to start right at the bottom first and work my way up. And then once I have a nice little shape going, I'll start really blending this out. Next, I'm going to take this color called Bye Bye. I'm going to take this color on a Morphe M507 brush, and I'm going to put this color right on my brow bone here, just as a nice little brow highlight. And then I like to take my brush to just blend it out. Next, I'm going to take this color called Dear Diary. I'm going to take this color on a BH Cosmetics number 12 brush, but first I'm going to spray it with the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Setting Spray because I do want to get this shimmer to look as pigmented as possible, nice and shiny. So I'm gonna just start by tapping this in the center of my lid. It's a really pretty shimmer, and I like to just kind of tap it on because if I swipe, because the brush is wet, I'm scared that I'm gonna like move the product underneath, so I don't want to do that. And then once I have that kind of down, I do like to take it up a little bit higher because we are going to put a nice wing lighter here, and although I didn't have to put it exactly right here, I like to do that just to be sure that it's there and I don't need to add more. But yeah, I'm just going to blend this up a little bit higher into my crease, blending out any harsh edges. Next, we're going to be doing the cut, well, I don't want to say cut crease, but the cut liner. It's going to be cutting out a liner to have like an eyeshadow liner. I don't know what to call it, but I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer, and I'm going to be also using the MAC Cosmetics 263 brush to apply this. And I'm just going to take some of this and just basically carve out a liner with this brush. And when you do apply this, I like to kind of drag it a little bit, but when you do drag it, the product will lift, so you will see through to your skin. But as long as you put more of the base right on top of that to make sure that it's not showing, then you're all set. I'm also going to try to create the wing. Now I'm going to take this color called Digital Bean, and I'm going to apply this color with my Morphe M508 brush. I'm going to apply this color basically in the front and the end, leaving the middle clear for a different color. So I'm going to start in the front here. And this part at the end here does not need to be perfect because we're going to clean it up at the bottom anyway. Like that. And now I'm going to take this color called Ugh. And using the same brush, I'm going to apply this right in the center of that. And I'm of course going to just make sure that those two colors are blended nicely together. Now I'm going to grab a makeup wipe and I'm going to clean up the end of the liner here. Just by using my finger, making sure that it's as sharp as possible. Okay, so now I'm going to do the rest of my face, but today I'm going to be using the Biossance Squalene Plus Vitamin C Rose Oil. Sometimes I like to use this underneath my makeup just because it's really nice to kind of hydrate the skin with, and I just like to kind of rub it in. Something new I am going to be trying out, not for the first time, but on my channel, is the ColourPop No Filter Foundation. I have the color 155. I have tried this a few times, and I will say that the color isn't too bad on me, I don't think, but I will say that I kind of feel like I don't love it. Like, it's definitely not going to replace my favorite, which is the NARS Soft Matte Foundation or the Laura Mercier Luminous Foundation. I just feel like I want a little bit more coverage. I feel like it's more like of a, well, I don't know, I might be just being dramatic because I love full coverage, but I do feel like it's medium coverage, medium to full, but not super duper full. Like, I noticed that there were like some areas I still like, especially with my chin area, worst area, but there was just some sections of my face that I noticed didn't cover up as well as it could have, but that's just my preference. And this brush is actually the Morphe M446 brush. And also, one thing about quarantining is that it's hard to know if you're really going to love something for the long run if you're not able to test the wear of it. Like, I don't wear makeup really out of the house anymore. And if I do, I'm wearing a mask. So it's just like, I'm not gonna judge the makeup off the mask part because it wasn't really, let's be real, it wasn't made for all of that. And now I'm going to be using the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. Now this concealer, I like this concealer. This is in the shade Dark 32, medium dark 32. And I do like this concealer. It is a nice concealer. But if I compared it to the Boing Cakeless concealer by Benefit, I'd have to say that I still love the Benefit one. Now this concealer, to me, it is more of like a medium to full coverage. I would say more like full coverage. I like to brighten a lot, so I'm actually going to take a little bit of the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I have the color Custard. This is like a really bright color for me, but like I said, I like to brighten a lot. So I'm just going to focus this on the very inner corner of my under eye just to have a little more brightness. And I'm gonna do it in these other areas a little bit as well too. But yeah, overall I feel like this concealer isn't that bad though. I feel like it's pretty close to the Benefit one, and I actually would buy the concealer again. Now I'm gonna cream contour. You guys know that I really loved this one called the Mackie Complete by Lancome in the color 510 Suede, but I'm running out of this one, so I'm going to be using their Ultra Wear Camouflage Concealer in the color 510 Suede, which is pretty much the same color as this one, but it's just in a different kind of concealer. This one is a little bit of a thicker, creamier texture, so that's pretty much the only difference I feel like, but it still looks really pretty on the skin, so I'm going to use this color. And I'm just going to take the same brush, which is the Sephora Pro Foundation 56 brush, and use it to cream contour. I'm going to start with my forehead. Also going to put some under my cheekbones for contour. And then whatever's left over on my brush, I do like to kind of add it on my nose, on the sides. Now going in with setting powder, I'm going to be taking the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder in the color number 2 for my brighter areas. I'm going to make sure that I'm not creasing before I set underneath my eye. Then I will take my Real Techniques setting brush, tap that right in. And then I'll go over all the other highlighted areas. Next, I'm going to take my C403 chisel brush by Crown. And I'm going to take my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless powder, and I'm going to just set the rest of my face in place. Now for powder contour, I'm going to be using MAC Cosmetics Mineralized Skin Finish in the color Dark Tan. In my base video, I said that this was too light for me, but recently I picked it back up and I was like, okay, let me just like see how it looks if it's still like too light. And I don't know what it is, or I don't know what happened, but it actually isn't too bad now. So I've been using it again, but it's definitely, it doesn't get as deep as I want it to, so I still use the contour palette by Coffee Cosmetics. And then I'll go in with the Coffee Cosmetics medium slash deep contour palette using the lightest shade here and just adding that on top to deepen it a little bit more. Then I'll go in with this color here, deepen it a smidge more. Before I move on, I'm just going to add Don't Freak at the bottom of my eye here, just because I want to avoid my eye from creasing. So I'm going to take that color on a Morphe M514 brush and just quickly sweep it from the bottom of my eye here. Now I'm going to use the blush from this collection, which is called You Are Magnifico. And this is like a deeper pink that the collection has, so I figured this will look better on my skin tone than the other one. But I'm going to be applying this with my Morphe M505 brush, blending it into my contour. And now I'm going to use highlight, so I'm going to be going in with the MAC Cosmetics, what is this, Star Dipped Face Compact in Medium Deep, and I'm going to use the color called Snow Flushed, which is this one here. I'm just going to put this on my cheekbone here. On the center of my nose as well. One thing I forgot to do was add the Extra Dimension blush called Hard to Get from MAC. And this is a, you know, deeper blush. So on me, this blush actually looks too dark on this apples of my cheeks. It's a nice like shimmery blush, so what I do is I put this kind of right on top of my bronzer in the back, because in the back obviously it looks fine because it's on top of the contour. I just put it on top of that just to give it a nice glow. Next, I'm going to be using this color called Bye Bye. Going in with the Morphe M507 brush again, I'm going to take this color and put it in the inner corner of my eye. And I'm going to be finally using the Glitterly Obsessed glitter in the color Sing to Me Paolo. And I'm going to take a little bit of this on the back of my hand with my brush, and I'm just going to gently tap it on top. Next, I'm going to be using the ColourPop times Bambi Disney collection. I'm going to be using the color called Meadow just to brighten underneath the eyes here. And before I move on with the eyes, I want to show you the lip really quick. I used the liners by MAC called Cork and Chestnut, and I'm not going to use a lipstick. I'm just going to put the gloss right on top, which this one is called Gordo from the Lizzie McGuire collection. I'm just going to put this right in the center. It's a very, very pretty gloss. This I'm sure will look really pretty with no makeup as well. Now I'm going to do my mascara. I am going to be using lashes today, but it's by Queltzen, and the style is called Tona 2. I'm not sure how to pronounce that style, but I'm going to be putting the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Push Up Lash mascara on. This is such a perfect bottom lash mascara because it just does something to your bottom lashes. So nice. I actually like it preferably for my bottom lashes, only it doesn't really do anything spectacular for the top lashes in my personal opinion. And I'm just going to put a quick coat on the top just to blend it into the lashes, nothing too thick. Okay guys, this is the finished look. I like how it turned out. There was a little bit of some things that I was like struggling with. I just been on this roller coaster with makeup. Like there's always been something going wrong or weird, but I'm finally done. I wish I found lashes that, I don't really have lashes that are too natural, so I feel like I would like some that are a little bit more subtle just so you can see the liner, because it's really hard to see it through the lashes. But otherwise, it still looks really pretty. I really love the collection. The collection is so adorable and cute and just brings me back to old Disney times. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!